Welcome back to Pick a Brain. This is Anjali with you in association with Onset Filming and sponsored by Expo Magic. In today's episode, we are shifting our focus to something that impacts every one of us, our health, our energy, and our overall well-being. Joining us is Miss Gomathi Seetharaman, a wellness facilitator who brings a practical and refreshing approach to health through simple, consistent daily habits. With a background in the corporate world, Gomathi transitioned into wellness with a mission to make health accessible, sustainable, and easy to integrate with. Her philosophy, eat right, breathe well, stay fit, laugh deep, is not just a concept, but something she actively helps individuals and organizations experience through short, powerful sessions and routines. From working with professionals to closely engaging with blue-collar skilled employees, her work focuses on creating real, lasting change through small but meaningful actions. Let's welcome Miss Gomathi on board. So Miss Gomathi, it's so great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
So happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me here today.
Amazing. So Miss Gomathi, you were into corporate field, right?
That's right.
So what made you move into totally different wellness programs? Like, what was that story?
Actually, I think for me it was more of my own personal transformation. Believe it or not, I was superbly obese, say about 10 years ago.
Wow.
2015, right? Yes, 2015 I was superbly obese and suddenly I didn't like it. I always had a lot of energy, okay? But when I started losing weight and getting fitter, the kind of energy you get by being fit is something amazing, okay? Your entire body feels charged up. Your mind feels so much more lighter. But then I realized there were a million people like me who were never prioritizing wellness, who were never ready to take care of themselves, and they had millions of excuses saying why not now, why later, which is what I did when I started becoming, putting on weight and completely ignoring it till I actually finally woke up. I realized I love this. I want to motivate people and tell people how important well-being is, and that is how I slightly slid into it. It was because of my journey. It was not planned, but it just gave me a lot of joy. It gave me a purpose. So I think when I was doing corporates, I'm a CPA from US, so I used to crunch numbers, accounting. I liked it. I won't say no, but this gave me inhibited joy. Motivating people gave me such pleasure that I said, this is something like my life purpose.
Wow, that's actually inspiring. Like, everyone don't get that push. Like, for me, somebody has to be behind me. Okay, you have put on weight. Then I recognize it. It's truly good that, you understood it from your end and then taking up charge on it.
Yeah, but it took time, okay? It didn't happen overnight.
I see.
By the time I actually put on weight, it was another 8 to 10 years.
Oh.
Suddenly I realized, oh my God, and then I started working with myself.
Interesting.
So, don't worry.
Okay, so through your LinkedIn, I'm a great follower of your LinkedIn page.
Thank you.
And your social media as well. So looking into that, I found something like, eat right, breathe well, stay fit, laugh deep. What does that really mean in your work today?
Okay, when I started working on my company called Arogya Yatra, initially, let me tell you, I started only with nutrition. And then I got into yoga elements. I was helping people be fitter, be more flexible with yoga. But then I realized wellness is not just physical wellness or nutrition.
Right.
It's a lot of things. So that's why Eat Right is all about nutrition. Breathe Well is all about focus and calmness, which we all need. Stay Fit is all about physical fitness, and Laugh Deep is more about emotional health. So I want to address the physical, the emotion, and the mental health, and that's why the tagline, which is my motto: Eat Right, Breathe Well, Stay Fit, and Laugh
Deep. Okay, that actually is deep.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the first time somebody's asked me this.
Oh, wow.
So thank you.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours.
Thank you.
What do you think most people struggle to take care of their health consistently? That's a personal question as well.
Yeah. See, I'll tell you what, people don't lack intent, I would say. But they just get so busy in their lives that somewhere health and wellness goes down in their list of priorities, or sometimes it's not even there.
Very true.
So sometimes it's not the awareness, it's the format. I feel if we can make well-being easy, where it fits into your life, it just slides into your life, I think people will embrace wellness more, which is exactly what I aim to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing thought, I should say, because even in most of our lives, like being mothers or being out there, we are always taught to keep up.
Yeah.
Never taught to be behind or think about what should, what the body needs, or take a break or things like that.
People think self-care is being selfish.
Yes.
So I love this quote, which I like to tell you. Self-care is giving the world the best of you rather than what's left of you.
Wow.
Yeah. Because when you are fit, let's take an aeroplane, right? They say, when they put the oxygen mask, put it for yourself before you help others.
Yes,
because if you are not fit enough, you can't support anyone.
Definitely. Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. So why do you design a 15 minutes format? What makes 15 minutes more powerful?
See, like I told you, right? There is a certain percentage of people in the world who love fitness, and you don't need to motivate them.
Correct.
They are self-motivated. You'll see them in gyms, they are running, tracks, they're doing all of these things. But a good chunk of people want to do it. Awareness is rampant, but engagement is slow.
Yes.
Is very, very low. Right. So my idea is, to tell somebody to do an hour is difficult, but can I convince you to do for 15 minutes?
Definitely.
Maybe I can. Yeah. So that is the reason why I was choosing consistency over form. So for me, it was not important how long you're doing it. For me, I wanted 15 minutes, but being more consistent. 15 minutes is something I can convince people to say, take it on as a habit. And so that will really help, so that wellness fits into your lifestyle and you don't have to go searching for it.
Correct.
So that's the idea behind 15 minutes.
I mean, people can keep their 15 minutes away, I feel like,
when I was working in a corporate world, I was also in charge of health and wellness there. And I was asked to organize a lot of sessions for health and wellness. And even though we had huge numbers, the participation was, let's say, 2%, 3%, because 1 hour, people don't have the time and the bandwidth to change, spend an hour and go back. So, they effectively lose an hour and a half. But with 15 minutes, you don't have to change your clothes. You don't have to do anything. You can just be where you are and just do the 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it just makes it easy.
Perfect.
I just want to make it more accessible to people. That's why 15 minutes.
Okay, so can you give us a demo on that? Because 15 minutes taking out from whatever you're doing. I'm also curious that don't we sweat or things like that?
So see, my aim is not to make you thin and fit like, let's say, all of the top models. That's not my aim. My aim is, can I bring in daily habitual engagement in your health and well-being? Okay, so what we do is okay, now tell me quickly, where does the stress sit in your body? Where do you feel it? Physically, where do you feel it?
Physically, heart and head, I would say.
Head and shoulders.
Shoulders, yes.
It's on our shoulders.
Okay.
So my entire thing is, my sessions, they are designed like this.
Okay.
It starts with gratitude, because I feel we need to be grateful for every single thing we have in our life. I'm grateful for the opportunity I've got today to be here and do this podcast with you guys. When we are, looking at only the big things for, gratitude, we'll find very less of them, right? But if we are consistently grateful every single day, we are more grounded and we are able to find happiness in everything, which changes our mental demeanor. So it starts with gratitude. We do a few stretches and asanas, which is majorly focused on reducing your shoulder stress, your neck, your lower back, which are the chronic parts which keeps hurting you a lot. Then we go into pranayama or breathing. We do a couple of breathing techniques. Then we go into a bit of mindfulness, meditation, just with yourself. And then we do a habit forming activity. So the idea is, can I introduce small habits in everyday life which will slide into your, and you don't have to do it separately. For example, if I tell you, Anjali, whenever you go to your restroom, can you blink your eyes and walk? You can blink and you can walk. The idea is when you blink your eyes, eyes are becoming dry these days because of a constant use of technology, and we don't blink them enough. Right. So if I'm going to say sit and blink, you may not do it. But I said, as you're walking towards your restroom, whenever you walk to your restroom, blink your eyes a few times. It becomes easy. So it's sliding in with your regular habits. And that's what I want to do. And I end it with either a laughter or a brain activity. So I do all this, a well-being capsule, in just 15 minutes.
Amazing.
Or 10 minutes.
Can't wait to look into that. Before that, I have couple of questions.
Sure, go ahead.
From your experience, what kind of changes do people actually see when they do this daily?
Okay. So the first thing, after a few people did it and I called them back for feedback, rather a couple of them I didn't even have to call them for feedback. So I'm really happy about that. The first thing they told me is, Gomathi, we didn't even realize how stressed we were on our shoulders or our lower back. So that daily stretch is really helping us. And whenever it hurts, we know we just need to do the stretch. Secondly, apparently, one of the clients, when they told me, she said, I didn't even realize how irritable I was. Because after I did it for 2 weeks, my child said, you're not snapping at us so much.
Okay.
And I realized there was no other change in my life except doing 15-minute Arogya.
Wow.
So she says, I never miss it. I do it's 7 days a week, and she does all 7 days a week.
Amazing.
So doesn't miss it. People find a lot of fatigueness coming down, the stress levels come down, and most importantly, since it helps them, they start showing up for themselves. For me, that is the biggest win, when people show up for themselves.
True. Well, you believe in small daily habits.
That's right.
How do these habits really change someone's life over time?
Because I believe small habits can make a great impact in your life. If you've read the book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, he says where you do an incremental, improvement of just 1%. 1% seems so minuscule. Let's say you're exercising for 5 minutes. 1% would be 5.5 minutes only.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the year, that would be about 37% increase. That's how it is. Wow. It's a compounding effect. The same way, when you consistently do something, consistently for 15 minutes, for 10 minutes, every single day, it is going to help you. It is 100% going to help you. Because we are looking at, let's say one of my problem is my nose gets blocked. Let's say. Okay? Let's say you constantly keep having cold. With pranayams, you learn to breathe properly with both the nostrils. When you're breathing consistently properly with both your nostrils, you will see a good difference in your cold and cough. And I have done that personally. So I can actually wait for it. Okay. When I have severe cold and cough, all I do is pranayams, anulom vilam. I'm constantly breathing to get the cold off.
Okay.
Yes. And it really can happen. You can just remove it off. But it really helps you, calming you down every single day. So be it any habit. Sometimes it's not the time we spend on it. Sometimes it is a consistency with which we do things. Because I'll tell you what, for transformation, information alone is not necessary. You need 3 things. One is connections. Secondly, consistency. And third is a community. And that's exactly what I'm trying to build with my 15-minute Arogya. A community of daily well-being.
When you actually talk about atomic habits, I think you should write a book on your own with this 15 minutes.
Maybe I will soon.
I have also read about atomic habits, but never got to practice it.
Yeah.
As we all delay the process.
Exactly. See, I tell you what, like I kept saying, knowledge is not key. It's implementation and engagement which is most important.
Definitely.
Knowledge is rampant. Awareness is rampant. My entire focus is how can I make that information more engaging for people.
True. I think most of them are watching this show right now. Definitely they will have an awakening thing or a guilt feeling, oh my God, I knew this much, but then we did not do it.
See, I'll tell you again, guilt doesn't help.
Yes.
I would say, even if you're feeling guilty, keep it aside, start doing it. Because you can't do anything. What I didn't do in the past, it doesn't matter. Correct. Now that you've learned it, do it now. Let's start now. So You know, there is a saying in Hindi, jab jago tab savera. So when you wake up, it's a sunrise at that time. So if you've woken up today to say, I'm going to start working on myself, that's it. You've woken up and your day starts today. So let's go ahead and do it.
That's interesting. You work closely with skilled blue-collar employees.
Yeah.
What drew you closer to the segment?
You know, it was genuinely a coincidence when I got to hear from somewhere that they were looking for volunteers for something. And I obviously wanted to volunteer myself. This was about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And I said I wanted to volunteer. I realized it was for an NGO which works with blue collars. Okay, and I went there and I said, oh, you know what I do? I'm a health and wellness. I call myself a wellbeing and productivity consultant. So I said, I do this. And they said, you know what? We have somebody for yoga. I said, then what do you need? They said, do you know to do teams and you know team building? I said, yeah, absolutely. But they said, it's with blue collars. I said, no worries. And I started working with them. And I realized they are so appreciative of the fact that they get an opportunity to work on themselves, work on their health. Because they're all, let's be honest, they're all away from their families here. Be it any country, you know, they're all working here, you know, working in camps and they're living together with their people. And they don't have the means and the source to do wellness for themselves by their own, right? Unlike you and me, we can just go out and do it. So working with them gives me a kind of satisfaction which is unmatched. And I so enjoyed working with them that I started working with a lot of blue collar organizations, and I was lucky enough to work with organizations like, let's say, Al-Fateh, Azizi, many more, Shobha. So let's say right now I worked with Abra, organization called Abra, Designs with Blue brand options, many more. And it genuinely feels good. I'll tell you a small instance where I was working with, and I was in another organization, and one of the guys came up to me and said, you know what, you used to do sessions for us there. I moved to this company, but I still remember what you taught us, the small things. And that genuinely feels so good. It just feels so good. So we look at maybe mental health for them, engaging them, talking to them about their loneliness, what are the things they can do for their mental, physical and emotional care and everything. Yeah, that's right.
I must tell you, Gomathi, once people meet you, I don't think they will forget you.
I hope
Your
so.
face
Thank
is
you.
so this thing that it gets imprinted on people's head.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the next question.
Sure.
Laughter yoga sounds simple. But what actually happens to the mind and body when we laugh intentionally?
Okay. You know, laughter yoga is genuinely one of the best things I've found in my life. Okay. I have seen senior citizens when I was in India, you know, in the parks laughing, and I'm like, what are they doing? And then I found Dr. Madan Kataria online, who is the person who started laughter yoga internationally, worldwide. He's the founder for laughter yoga. And then I came across another lady called Archana Rao, who's considered as a laughter yoga ambassador again. And just a 5-minute session brought in so much of energy that I said, this is something I really need to learn. And obviously I went and learned what was laughter yoga all about. And I realized when you smile and laugh, okay, forget the fact, forget what happens. Just laugh with me, no? How do you feel?
Yeah, it feels good.
It feels good, right? Imagine just a smile or a laugh can do so much. And they say there are 3 rules to laughter. It should be for a minimum of 15 seconds. Because these days, even when you watch a Kapil Sharma show, you'll see people laughing for not more than 5 or 6 seconds. So you need to really laugh.
Okay.
Secondly, you should laugh from your belly. Not like like how you and I are laughing, right?
Yeah.
Because that laughter really feels good. And third, it should be unconditional. See, there are a lot of places where we cannot laugh. Obviously, you know, you're running a meeting, you can't just go around laughing. But there are plenty of places you can laugh. That time, dil khol ki, be unconditional. Just open your hearts and mind and laugh. Because the body doesn't recognize a difference between a fake and a real laughter. It gives you the same benefits. What happens if it's a fake laughter or a true laughter? Because not only it releases endorphins, it just makes you feel so good. And apparently if you laugh for more than 15 minutes, it's also a cardio activity. Because you know, don't we say sometimes, don't make me laugh, my stomach hurts.
Yes.
Right? Because you're using your muscles. So it's also a good exercise. But imagine the ambience around, imagine the positivity, imagine the smile, imagine the energy. It is another level with laughter. So I feel laughter should never be optional. Everybody should. Just an interesting fact. When we were children, we would laugh approximately 300 times a day. And now it's down to a measly 70.
Oh, is
Yes.
it?
That's
That's
so
less.
sad. I'll tell you, there were times when I was doing sessions and I asked a few people, so when was the last time you laughed? He said, I think 4 days ago, 6 days ago. And I'm like, seriously? So, people are so, bogged into their work and, their everyday life that sometimes they just forget to laugh.
True.
Laughter is so important and it just does so much for you.
True. Actually, I was looking at, Samantha's few sessions. I mean, not session, I would say. It was a podcast or something. And then she told, get up in the morning and smile for no reason. And that made her, so much change in her life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
she
one of-
kept repeating it.
Yes. So one of the habit forming activities this week in mine is, as soon as you get up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself the biggest smile. That's it. That's it. Look at yourself in the mirror and smile. You feel great looking at yourself
Yeah.
smiling, and you go to that smile. Suddenly, because that's what smile does, no?
Yes,
when you
yes.
smile at people, unconsciously their lips turn and that's a beautiful smile. So yeah, I totally agree with Samantha. It's a beautiful thing to do.
So, but then, so it's a personal thing. Whenever we get up, like as women, I would say to the women community over here, we get up with so much chaos already.
Yeah.
Like the alarm starts, kids going to the school,
Yeah.
the husband getting ready, or things like that. We never think about ourselves first. What to cook? Like, oh my God, if people going for a jog or something,
Yeah.
okay, it's already time to go for a jog. 5 minutes late, that's it. That day, it's a chaos.
Yes.
So, what do you have a little, advice or something to them?
So I would say, as soon as you get up, pause.
Okay.
Even if it's a 3-second pause. So as soon as I wake up, I don't get out of my bed.
Okay.
I sit on my bed and I do 5 deep breaths. Let's do it. Let's see how many seconds does it take. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need. You don't need big things. Just pause, because we don't pause. The moment we put our feet down, we are up and running. So I say, don't put your feet down. Sit in the bed. Sit there and just breathe. Just a few times. If you think 5 is too much, do 3. That's okay. But take 3 breaths. It won't even take you about 10 to 12 seconds. 5 breaths will take you about 15 seconds. And then you do it consistently, you will suddenly see there is a calmness which settles. Because what happens when we get up in panic, we forget things. We forget what we want to do. But if our mind is calm, we are alert internally.
True.
Very alert internally. And just this breathing will bring that alertness back completely. So sometimes all you need is small resets to get your life. You don't need big ones. Simple, easy ones, and you can have it.
Oh, wow. That's really amazing. Great. So I think I'm going out of the topic a lot. Let's focus on the next question. What is the biggest mistake companies make when it comes to employee well-being?
This is like opening a Pandora box, okay, for me. So the best thing about corporates is they are really interested in investing in the well-being of their employees, which is beautiful. But when they do that, they see participation is very low, then that doesn't motivate them, so they stop it.
Right.
I tell them, my question is, when I go do for an event, so let's say the company has about, 100 employees and 30-40 show up. I say, what happened? They said, no, we've sent out a mail, only 40 have come. So my question to these corporates are, okay, once again, if you have a cold or if you have a severe headache, can you work well today?
No.
If you have a back pain, can you work well today?
No,
If you're just feeling tired, can you work well today? So we know well-being is connected to productivity.
True.
Correct?
Yes.
You're already investing in bringing some trainer over to say, take care of this wellness for some time. Then why is it optional? Why do we make well-being optional? Because the moment we make it optional, people are wondering, should I not come for it? Because if you have a training related to your job, you're going to be there.
Yeah.
There's going to be no option for you. And second mistake, what they do is they arrange a program and then the top management disappears.
Yeah.
Okay, when the top management disappears, the below staff are wondering, should I not? Maybe he's given some work, should I do that? Is he testing me that should I do my work or should I go for the program? So it always stems from above. What you show goes below, right?
True.
So you need to lead. If you are genuinely interested about wellness, you need to ensure that you deliver it down. You show up for those sessions. You participate with them. You tell them how important it is. And don't make it optional. Make it mandatory. They're doing it within office hours, right? So why is it optional? And secondly, most companies do one session a month, once in a quarter. How's it going to help? We need something. Health is something you need consistency. I'm not saying if a person is not fit, don't take him in. No, that's not the way.
Correct.
But can we do something which we are already doing to ensure the chronics are taken care of? Something consistent to take care of your well-being. Are we doing it? And when we do it, are we being inclusive by ensuring everybody is there? And when I meant everybody, it's everybody from the top. That is one of the biggest mistakes I feel.
The corporate sector.
They don't show up. The managements don't show up. And secondly, they make it optional. So these are my two always points with the team saying, don't make it more optional. Tell them to come. You are paying people to come there and do it.
Definitely.
Let everybody get benefited.
Right. So HRs do take care of this. Don't make this mistake. Make sure your employees are taken care of in your companies. When they are happy, the management will
100%.
Okay. Moving on to the next. How do you help companies move from awareness to actually getting employees to participate?
So that's when I launched. See, I've been working in the space of corporate wellness over the past 5-6 years. I have done 15-minute Arogya before, but I should do for every corporate individually for 15 minutes. Okay. So let's say I've worked with HSBC, I've worked with Schlumberger, I've worked with Brand Options, a lot of corporates. Trust that they've hired me and I should do 15 minutes just for them. But sometimes what happens is not every time slot is convenient for them. So let's say this time slot is from 3:30 to 4. Maybe they're busy, maybe something urgent has come up. So my idea is, that's when I redefined or retuned my 15-minute Arogya program and made it a global program. It has now various time slots. Each one can pick and choose their time slot which suits them. And it's only 15 minutes. My entire focus is how can we make daily well-being consistent in people's lives. So to give you an example, I approached one of the organizations and I said, because they've been constantly asking me, we want to do something for their employees and there are about 200 employees. So I said, can you give 10 minutes every day? They said Saturday, Sunday difficult, Monday to Friday. I said that's good enough. So Monday to Friday, before the company starts, because I have 2 sessions, I have 15 minutes in English and 10 minutes in Hindi.
Okay.
So they play the 10-minute sessions because there are a lot of blue collars and they get everybody to do it. Even the white collars, everybody does that 10 minutes every single day.
Wow.
Together.
Okay.
So what happens is, even the top guy, the supervisors, everyone is doing it. So the body energy is great.
Nice.
So this is the way I want to actually ensure it's there in your everyday life. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we can make time.
Definitely.
And I make it so simple that you don't have to do anything else. You could just be sitting here and do it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to change, you don't have to move. You can play it on your phone, you can play it on your laptop. However, it's that easy, accessible, effective. That's exactly what I'm focusing on.
Interesting. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So, when people come for your retreats, what kind of shift do they experience?
See, when people come for retreats, they are pausing themselves. Okay? They all need to pause. In the everyday life, we are constantly rushing from one to the other, either from home, then we go to office, we have meetings or we have work, deadlines, then we come back, then we have our commitments at home, go to sleep, next day morning routine. When they come for a retreat, it's just them. When they pause, they connect with themselves. They align with themselves. They just learn to just be there. Sometimes we are never present in the moment. Sometimes, when we are talking, we are thinking about 10 steps ahead. What do I do tomorrow? What do I do this? What happened? We are never there here. So retreats help you just be here. Connect with yourselves. Connect with your people. Actual people. Not on the phone. Talk to them. Connect with them. Speak to them. So the questions, the activities which are designed is all to get you
get you.
closer, be it companies, be it families, be it individuals. Learn to connect. When you connect and engage, you be better. You be a better version of yourself. That's what we do with our retreats.
Which reminds me of a student, like we took interns. So one of the intern came in and asked me, ma'am, I don't know how to do a physical meeting. I can text to them. I was like, I'm scared to talk to them, but I can text. So I was like, okay, how about a call? That I think when I have a script, I can do it. she doesn't know how to talk.
Because we are so digital these days.
days.
That's the reason why sometimes you need to put your digital aside and just connect with people, which we all used to do always.
Well, which made me scared about the generation to come, or the generation existing.
But they'll also manage, they'll also learn. They'll also feel the need for the connection. That's what our role is, to ensure that the connections is always there. So you build a community around connections consistently, so that it thrives and it blooms.
Amazing.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. So what are the most common stress or mental health patterns you see in professionals today?
One of the most things is they're fatigued, they're tired mentally. Okay? Even sometimes they're physically fit, they're mentally exhausted.
True.
High levels of stress. Okay? Sometimes they don't even realize how much their eyes are tired. They don't even realize their eyes are tired.
Yes.
Their eyes are very tired. Okay? Sometimes they don't realize their postures are not right. They're sitting like this with laptops, so they never sit erect. As children, we were always taught in school, sit erect.
Yes.
We never realized the importance of sitting erect. But it's so important when you sit right, you not only feel good about it, it's a show of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It's a show of I can achieve, I can do. So it plays on so many levels in your mind. So, and again, people are just, what can I say? Obviously, digital addiction, or rather getting glued to the addiction. They say doom scrolling. So they don't sleep well. Another thing I've noticed is people, their sleep time has come down a lot. Quality of sleep has come down a lot. Breathing. I can't tell you how many times people don't breathe. So when I say, do you breathe? They say, we are alive because we breathe. I said, I know, but do you consciously breathe? Can we breathe with both our nostrils? Can we see if both are working correctly, completely, equally? And they realize, no, because when your right works, your left brain activates. When your left, that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
So when your breath is also equally important. So that is why breathing is so important.
Right.
So a lot of these things which can be managed with small habits, small consistent daily habits. But these are the things which I find very, very, very common amongst people.
That's people don't even understand the basic things.
Yes.
Wow.
Because they're running, they're constantly running. They don't realize it. So that's how it is.
I have to totally agree with you on this, because I also at a stage I didn't know my body needed rest until I was like, put into a hospital, and the doctor was like, how did you run?
See, that's what people wait for an ailment to come to take care of themselves.
True.
They've forgotten this proverb, prevention is better than cure. They've completely forgotten it. So, that's how it is.
Today's changing world also requires this kind of an energy.
Yes.
Which we concentrate on what is very, very important, and then, forget what is actually important.
Absolutely. No, everything is important. I'm not saying work isn't important. Work is very important. I mean, that's where you get your bread and butter.
Right.
But if you're not fit enough, you can't be earning it for a longer time. So it's like a circle. You have to take care of yourself so that you deliver better, you do better. So balance out. I mean, it's all a matter of balance. And that's why, again, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So that they don't have so much trouble trying to juggle and balance.
True. So 15 minutes. I hope all of you heard that, 15 minutes. Okay.
Right.
Your sessions run across multiple time slots. How has that helped people stay consistent?
See, like I told you earlier, when you have so many different time slots, it helps people to pick and choose.
Right.
Some people are not available in the morning. Some people are not available in the afternoons. So I have time slots from 5:30 a.m. in the morning till 10:30 p.m. at night. So, like I say, wellness has to fit into your schedule. You don't have to fit into the wellness schedule. So when you go, sometimes it's like 6 to 7, they say, or 7 to 8. You have sessions in the morning, afternoon, early evening, late evening, all through the day. So it becomes more easy. People have less excuse not to do it.
Yeah.
So they find the time to do it because they know it's 15 minutes and they know they can pick and choose as per what's convenient for them that day. They even, let's say you do one session at this time, it's not necessary you need to do it the next day at the same time.
Okay.
You can again, because our days are changing every single day. We don't know what challenges are going to come today.
Very true.
So that needs to be flexible because flexibility gives them consistency, time to be more consistent. And that's exactly what I want.
Okay. So you're actually trying to, fit that puzzle properly.
I'm hoping to.
Yeah, and without like people giving an excuse. Okay, this doesn't fit. This doesn't
Yes,
fit. Yeah,
yes.
people keep nudging it away, but you are placing
Bring it back, saying no, it's okay. It works.
Right. If someone's listening to this today, what's one simple habit they should begin with? I expected this.
I think breathing is so important because when you breathe well, there's enough oxygen going there, it calms you down. But calms you doesn't make you lazy, it makes you super alert internally, it makes you super focused. Imagine how well you can deliver. I'm a super, I would say, hyper energetic person. Okay, but sometimes that energy is not required every time. I can tire people out. So just a deep breath and I can be still. My energy levels will still be good. I'll still be delivering well. But at the same time, internally I'm very awake. So let me tell you, even before entering this podcast show, before I do anything, before I do my sessions, before I'm writing an important email, I do 3 deep breaths every single time. And that genuinely helps me. So I would love if everyone could start with just breathing. They'll genuinely find a good difference in their lives.
Amazing. So the 3 breath that you...
Breathe. Yes.
Okay, amazing.
But just remember you're breathing right. When you inhale, your abdomen has to come out. And as you exhale, it goes in. Because a lot of people don't breathe correctly.
Correct.
So... Okay, so ensure you're breathing right and you will certainly see a difference. That's my favorite habit.
Amazing. I mean, like, hats off. I didn't even feel, it was so light to my body today. I felt coming out of a session altogether after sitting for the podcast. I really felt, my mind, I had so many things running in my mind, but I think it just took its flight off and it's somewhere
Very
else.
nice. I'm so glad. And that's really wonderful.
As I told you, ma'am, the first day when you entered to the room, I still remember, you wearing the sari and, you just got into the room and I was like, ooh, that woman is it's something. It's like a talk. She walking, carrying herself in sari in this different country. When everyone actually changed their lifestyle, you are the one who actually stayed there, grounded and everything.
Because this works with what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about breathing, I'm talking about yoga, I'm talking about India, I'm talking about well-being, I'm talking about Ayurveda, laughter. Everything originated from India.
True.
So why not?
Yeah,
And I'm very comfortable doing all my sessions in saris. I do my sessions in saris.
Wow.
All my corporate events.
Okay.
Except when I have to
Like,
actually
do
lie down
yoga
and
and
then I get
things.
my team with me.
Got
Or
it.
sometimes I do it. Then I obviously have a change of clothes. Otherwise, even yesterday when I did a session with blue collars, I was in a sari. And so my idea is to say, you can do it whatever you're wearing.
Amazing.
That's my entire idea. I'm walking the talk kind of thing. You can do it.
And that's, walking the talk. You are.
Yes.
So glad to have you here on this
Thank you so
podcast.
much.
And
I'm
thank
so
you
glad.
so much for, accepting it in the first go itself.
No, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast. I'm so happy and you genuinely had good set of questions, I should say. So I'm really happy about to answer that.
No, thank you so
welcome.
much. The pleasure is all mine. And sorry, you have taken all my thank yous. It should be to the other way around. So happy to have you here, and thank you so much for being here. And
you.
it is our great this thing to have you on with our podcast. We were thinking of picking your brain, but then you actually released all the brains, I would say.
No, I would say really not the brains. At
Brains,
least
I would say.
fatigue from the brains. you should say.
Fatigue from the
Don't
brains.
say the brains.
Oh,
man.
okay. That's true. I was a stress, release the stress from all our brains.
I'm really glad.
Yeah,
That's
so
exactly
this-
what we should do, right?
So please watch the podcast in full. I'm sure, because I felt it, you all will definitely. Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Namaste.
Before we conclude, we have a small thing for you.
Oh, that's so lovely.
So this
Oh, wow.
is a small memento.
Thank you
from
so much.
Great
That's-
Skills, and we
Thank
have
you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Beautiful.
and we have our on-set filming
Thank you. Thank you
and
so
Expo
much.
Magic who made this for you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me over. And I genuinely hope you enjoy listening to me as much as I enjoy talking about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Throughout the podcast, we were talking about 15-minute session for more meaningful topics. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel Upgrade Skills. Until next time. Till then, take care of your mind, your body, and your energy.